So the transfer window has finally closed, which is probably a good thing, because we spent over £100 million. And we also lost Ismail Assar. Welcome back everyone to Unemployed to Legend Club 2 episode 4. My name is Craig, and coming up in today's episode we have two league games, home against Bristol City and away against Luton Town. Since you were last with me, we've played about half a dozen more games, kept up our very good start to the season, including a smacking of Brentford at 6-0 and a 2-2 away draw at West Ham United, which, considering we scored with about 3 minutes of normal time left, is a very, very good result in my book. Other than that, it's been mostly wins and maybe another draw in there away at QPR, which wasn't very appealing, but nevertheless, it leaves us currently top of the Championship, 17 points from the first 7 games, and today's episode will bring us roughly almost to the quarter stage of the season now, after the next 2 games. And as mentioned in the intro, a whopping £101 million has been spent in the transfer window just gone. And since you were last with me as well, we've made a couple more signings. In fact, actually, we've made about 4 more signings. There was a goalkeeper who I said who was coming in anyway. He came in on the 10th of August. Briek Verbrugge, who's on loan from Club Brugge, 18-year-old Belgian goalkeeper, has come through Club Brugge's academy, has played for the first team a handful of times. He's come in, he's already made a couple of appearances for us, and he's not looked bad at all. He's going to provide some very, very good competition for Daniel Bachmann, our other number 1 goalkeeper. In fact, I promised them both they're going to be first choice keepers, so that's going to be a little bit difficult to keep both of them happy, but if push comes to shove, I'm going to have to choose Bachmann purely because he is actually our goalkeeper. Nevertheless, he is a very, very good goalkeeper already. Is Verbrugge, I think that's how you pronounce his name. 2-star accountability, 5-star potential. 1 potentially for the future. We've brought in another loan signing as well. Joe Willock from Arsenal. 24-year-old English central midfielder / left winger. 3-star accountability, 4-star potential. Brought him on loan, £1 million fee. That's fine. He's played for, again, a handful of games for Arsenal in the last 3 seasons, ever since his Unai Emery and Arteta beginning era season. He's someone who I feel will cover on the wings and also central midfield, and he's now going to be playing a lot more games considering we've lost Ismail Assar. In fact, I might as well just come to him first, as I've already said him. He is the big player that we've lost, unfortunately. We lost him to Leicester for that £31 million release clause that they activated on deadline day. They did this a few hours before deadline had officially closed, which is horrible for them to do, but whatever. It's over now, unfortunately. We've lost one of them. Now we just have to hope we don't lose the likes of Cantwell Hughes or, what's his name? Max Aarons. He did play for us a few times this season, and he was actually very good. It's a shame. He is a Premier League player in the Championship, or was a Premier League player in the Championship. Nevertheless, we move on. And now Willock can hopefully cover some of that on the left wing. 2 other signings as well we made, who are more future signings rather than anything else. Boris Ruterhauser, 1.5-star accountability, 5-star potential for a 16-year-old Bosnian centre-back / left-back / defensive midfielder, most likely centre-back, 6'1". Yes, he came in for £11 million, but I think he'll be worth it. He's showing us less, but he's 16 years old. I think he could be a big future star for this team, or certainly for a team. I don't know if he'll be in this team, but if we do make it to the Premier League, we'll be able to sell him for bigger money. That's the main thing. Our last signing as well, Radu Misaras, a 18-year-old Romanian from CFR Cluj, £5 million. He is currently 2.5-star accountability, 4.5-star potential. Currently already at Championship level. He was actually brought in just in case Max Aarons left. He didn't, so that means he's going to be a sort of development player, and especially he could probably challenge Tees and Mengi for a reserve spot, not starting slot, a bench slot, if you will. But Mengi's already played a few games this season. I think he'll be all right. Other than that, it is as you were. with the team. Just really the only one we're missing is Sarr, and we are having to replace him, and that's fine because thankfully we recruited some wingers during the summer. So this is going to be our starting 11 for the first game of the episode. Backman in goal. Pedersen at left back. He's back from injury, so he's been playing a few times through the season. He looks okay. I think he's going to be a sort of like one of those workhorses, hopefully. He's had a good start to the season. Long may it continue. Mavropanos and Quaresma at centre back with Aarons at right back. Hughes and Exposito in midfield, central midfield. Balogun on the left wing, Ferdy on the right wing. Cantwell in attacking midfield with Peter Lynch up front. Just making sure that my bench is exactly as I want it to be. I did sort it out before the episode. I was actually struggling to pick between Verbrugge or Batman in goal, but I decided, you know what, Batman hasn't played a few games, so let's bring him back in and let him show why he should be in the team. Let's pump the fists. They're not exactly the most motivated bunch, are they? Right, come on, let's pump some fists, show some faith in you all. That's it. And here is hoping for another excellent performance from the Norwich boys here today. We have been very good at home. Long may that continue. Home form is going to be very, very critical in our push for promotion. Still calling it a push for promotion because at the end of the day, that's what we need it to be. We want to be in the Premier League. Unfortunately, Bristol City appear to have the first highlight of the game. Ball was cleared, and unfortunately, Bristol City have brought it back down the right-hand side. Oh God, just so many blocks, but the flag has been raised. It was offside, thankfully. But already Bristol City trying to come at us, and we need to be going at them. Right, here's our first highlight. Cantwell with the header. It has been cleared, only as far as Valentin. Right, I should mention, actually, I was confused by this, why it said Valentin on the screen. That's because that's Pedersen's middle name. They've gone with his middle name in the game, which is actually quite not funny. It's not funny because it's his middle name at the end of the day, but it is a very unique way of seeing him on the screen. So I've just taken to calling him Valentin. Speaking of calling names out, Balogun has his, I believe, his 4th goal of the season. I will check that after the game, but he has started scoring in the Championship as he continues his redemption story in this league. Because last time he was in this league, he really didn't score for me. Like, then again, he didn't really play. Vicky J. Jones was always in front of him, which was kind of understandable. Jones was, you know, better than him, which is, there's no other way of really saying it. And I believe that was Exposito who missed the ball there. That's a terrible goal to concede. I mean, it's a good goal on their part. That was a good shot, but we shouldn't be conceding those types of goals. It was Exposito who missed the initial tackle, and that. Hang on, Backman didn't even move. He moved his arms, but he didn't even move as in dive. I mean, come on. Come on. Really? Very questionable goalkeeping there. And Aarons with the low drive in, but all it found was the goalkeeper. Is that Caldano? No way, no. The man only just got released, literally released by me. Oh, just cleared there by Aarons, who made a vital interception, and the ball bounced off the corner flag. Oh, wondering why Mavropanos was leaving it, but the ball just bouncing off the corner flag. Thankfully it stayed in, and now we are through here. Balogun, if he can just get in there. Oh, what a shot. And Valentin, sorry, let's just call him Valentin. We'll go with what it says on the screen. Valentin with the assist. Lovely, lovely goal here, and it was a bit of a stroke of luck as well, the corner flag. I would give the assist to the corner flag, if I'm honest. I'm sure Valentin wouldn't mind. But that allows us to go in 2-1 up at half-time. Decent performance, but Bristol City do look very, very dangerous. Let's keep them motivated. Let's keep them lit. Let's keep them fresh going into the second half. Valentin is starting to look a bit tired out there. Cantwell with the corner gets cleared as far as Exposito. Back out to Cantwell, and there is Lynch, and Lynch with his 4th for the season. The wonder kid coming good as he continues. I was about to say his first full season, but it isn't really, is it? He's had that at Birmingham. This is his coming of age sort of season. Actually, not even. He's only 18 years old. I don't know what I'm saying. He's not going to come of age till his 20s, and if he's this good now, imagine how good he could be in his 20s. Then again, he's a wonder kid. That's the whole point, really, isn't it? I mean, come on, Craig. What are you saying? What are you saying here? Right, we are. I was about to say I should have made the change there. I was going to wait till the 70th minute, but maybe we should have just made the change there. Valentin. And Valentin is someone I'm probably going to be looking to sub because he is starting to look a bit tired. I don't know why, though. Oh, no, he's been playing for Denmark. We are in an international break, and that's a penalty. Penalty, and Balogun is on for a hat-trick here. He's never scored a hat-trick in the Championship, and he still hasn't. Chance is still on, though. Campwell. Over. He still hasn't scored a hat-trick in the Championship. I was getting a bit premature there. Right, nevertheless. Subs to be made. Who have we got? We have Flynn Downs, who I'm considering. In fact, we're bringing him on for Will Hughes. Will Hughes tends to be quite tired. Exposito can drop into the deep line playmaker role. In fact, I can't actually bring off Pedersen saying that because Catchy, who's another left back, isn't even on the pitch. We are going to leave it as it is for the moment. Other than that said change, and I thought the ball was just cleared there. Thankfully, Mavropanos cleans up Exposito into Downs. Exposito. Who else thinks it sounds just like that song? Despacito, but it isn't quite on. Oh, Balogun smacks the post. The man should have had 4 goals today. Come on. Oh, the man should have had 4 goals. Oh, good grief. Pedersen is very, very tired. Max Aarons can play at left back, in fact. So, you know what, we're going to do that. And Bengi is going to come on at right back. Yeah, that's how we're going to do it. I don't think I've ever seen Aarons play at left back. So, you know what, we'll roll with that anyway. In fact, that's the only change we really can. That's the only way we can do it, to be fair. Because, of course, we haven't got Catchy on the bench. Slight. Oh my god, the keeper was stretching there. And it is in. The keeper was stretching. To be fair, that's not the Tottenham man, is it? Moussa Sissoko? Surely not. And, of course, I am a wee bit nervous now, of course. And, yeah, Bristol City are starting to go for it. My goodness. We've dropped back to a balanced mentality, if you will. Balogun is shattered. He's my left winger. Mavropanos is actually tired. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Ben Gibson's going to need to come in. I know Mavropanos is having a good game, but we need to shore up the defence just a little bit. Gibson is going to come in. I actually don't know. Is this his first appearance of the season? Actually, no, it's not his first appearance of the season. I think it's his first league game of the season. Because he has played against Burton. Yeah, he played against Burton in the League Cup. Drop the line just a little bit. Drop the tempo. Hopefully that'll see us over the line. It is a very narrow victory. I think Bristol City, though, are quite a good side, to be fair. But look what their players like. Is that Cardalo? What? What? This man is still getting into Championship teams. He's considered a good Championship player. Oh, hang on. No, it's Tim Krul who's the National League player. Right. Okay. It was a good victory, but we need to be a lot better than that against the better teams. We've played a couple of good teams. I mean, we've played Brentford. In fact, where are Brentford in the league? Oh, they're down sort of lower mid-table. But I believe they're better than that, to be fair. We played West Ham away, and that was an excellent result. I don't want to hear it any other way, to be honest with you. But now, we come up in our next game against Luton Town away. Burnley 4, West Ham 6. This division is crazy. The game's gone. Second game now against Luton, who are inexplicably 4th in the Championship. And I've just got an inbox message showing me how exactly they did it, what tactic they used. Park the bus. How do you get to 4th in the Championship after 8 games by parking the bus? It's madness. It really, really is. We're going to go with the same 11 that started the last game. Actually, one change, I just realised. Backman is back in goal. No, wait. Backman was in... No, I'm getting it confused now. Verbrugge and Backman are literally just swapping with each other so many times. Maybe that's why they're not familiar with how to play, because they keep swapping in and out, in and out. Well, we're staying with Backman in goal for now. Hopefully he shows me why he should be in the team more often. So we are playing Luton, who apparently parked the bus. They're not exactly parking it at the moment though, are they? As, oh my god, the ball just did get in behind there, but thankfully CraigsFm cleaned up. I realised the game is kind of running at a very, very laggy pace right now. I don't know why. I don't know if that's just purely because I'm recording, but we'll see how it goes. It should be fine anyway. Throw in, and thankfully Cantwell did well there. Luton have had more of the ball than we've had. So it's kind of concerning at this point. Very good tackle by Valentin, and Lynch is away here. He's on the left-hand side now. He's been taken out of position a little bit. He brings the ball in. It's unfortunately no one's there to meet the low cross into the box. Cantwell back to Valentin, who plays it forward. There is Lynch, and that's our first shot of the game. But it wins us a corner. Hopefully Cantwell can whip a good ball in here, and yes, he can, of course. Mavropanos, Mr. 6'4", has just put his head to that. It's 1-0 to Norwich. I was a bit concerned if we were actually going to score today, if Luton were actually going to park the bus, and their keeper, questionable goalkeeping on his part, to be fair. But I'll take that. We needed to break the deadlock. Now what's going to happen here is Luton will either sit back and just literally defend a 1-0 deficit, or they will have to come at us and just leave the space behind, which hopefully we can then take advantage of, because we've got the players to do it. We've got some very quick players, particularly Balogun, Lynch. Kadioglu's got, but he's got a lot of flair on him, to be fair. Chances are he could probably dance his way through Luton's defence. There is Verdi, Aarons. Trying to play the ball across, but there is no one there. Thankfully, they're sitting so deep that their defence is just literally in the penalty area already, and Lynch with his 5th goal of the season to make it 2-0 to Norwich as we head for half-time. Literally, their defence is in the penalty area. That's what you call a very deep line. But at the end of the day, that's going to suit us right down to the ground, because, like I say, we have quick players, but we've also got players who are... they can get a standing start, effectively. In other words, they have decent acceleration. There is Balogun. He smacks it home. His 6th of the season, 3-0, going into half-time. Again, going into half-time. It's only been 2 minutes since the last goal. I will take that. 3-0, and it looks like Luton literally just sat back after that 1-0. After we went 1-0 up. Balogun has some really powerful shots on him. What has Arsenal been teaching him? Like, he hasn't played since he played for me at Wigan. But whatever he's been doing there has clearly worked. And we go in 3-0 up at half-time. Just keep it going, lads. Just rack up a cricket score against them. It'll certainly help with our goal difference, and I think that's going to be the case. What's going to be needed going into the later stages of this season, or going into mid-season more to the point. Oh, Lynch! Offside, I was going to say. The ball just fell perfectly to Lynch. That first touch was, ooh! But he was offside, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame. Nice ball through for Verdi. How did he see him through 2 players? He had to look through 2 defenders to see... there he is. He's not too far away. Luton coming forwards. They had their spell at the beginning of the first half, and literally it just petered out. Well, it didn't peter out there, did it? I think I've had that guy, Paul Smith. I think I've had him on FIFA. It must have been Luton I got him from, to be fair. Our defence just looking a wee bit leaky. In fact, I don't need to pause it, actually. I could just do this. Where is our defensive line? Let's just push it higher. Let's just absolutely smother Luton into their own half. That's really what we should be doing. Hopefully just step up a little bit and just make them sit back. In saying that, it's now 71 minutes. Let's try and freshen up the squad a little bit. Davenport, Flynns and Willock. Don't be doing that. Quite a few players are looking a bit tired now. Aarons is one of them. He's having a good game, but I just want to protect him a little bit. So we'll bring Mengi on, give him a little bit of a run out. Also, it'll do his development some good. So the man is 21 years old now. He really should be developing into a bit more of a complete player now. There is Balogun, who is tired. Willock is going to come on. Hughes is also tired. So no, Davenport. I've just changed my mind at the last second. Exposito drop into that deep line playmaker role. Pedersen's going to have to stay on because Aarons is already off. I might actually give Pedersen... Oh god, I wonder what happened there. I might give Pedersen a game off in all fairness. And Valentin, he is tired. He is. For goodness sake, guys, stop doing this! Right, so that clearly wasn't the right move. I must have done the line the wrong way. For goodness sake. Not particularly happy about that, and our defence is looking a wee bit tired. Why is there 5 minutes of injury time again? Why exactly? I don't know why each and every game I seem to play, especially recently, always seems to be 5 minutes injury time. I mean, that's 2 games in a row now. We've literally just clung on. I think we're just getting a little bit complacent. I think that's what it comes down to. And that's not a good sign. We need to curb the complacency, because it's going to come back and bite us in the backsides later in the season, or more to the point when we face a team who is going to be give or take around us in the league. But overall, 2 good games if you ignore the defensive frailty that we've shown. Top of the league, 23 points from 9 games. That's a very, very solid start. We're almost a quarter of the way through the season now. And I already know where we're going to be coming back for our next episode. Bournemouth. Obviously, we've got to play a load of games before that, but we're going to come back for the Bournemouth and Preston games at the end of October, beginning of November. By that point, we will have truly a good idea of where we are going to be going into the midpoint of the season. Hopefully, we can get our defensive frailty sorted by then. Try and make sure we know exactly what we're doing defensively. Hopefully, we'll have a good chance against Bournemouth, because it will be at their ground. If you've enjoyed that episode, make sure to hit the like button down below and click subscribe for more Unemployed to Legends episodes that will be coming out, and also any other Football Manager content that we'll be releasing over the next few weeks and months. Thank you all so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Stay safe, everyone.